Hey, how's it going guys? Welcome to another video on the channel. So in this video, we're going to be talking about two MacBooks. We've got one MacBook here. This is the MacBook Pro with the regular M4 chip in it. And then we have the MacBook Pro with the M4 Pro chip in it. They're both 14 inches and I want to talk about my user experience and based on that, my views around it and which one you should go for this year. And I'm going to be telling you from my experience, and I'm not going to get too much into technical specs and things like that, but just on a regular basis, on a daily basis, using these two machines, which one I feel that you should go for and which is the best option. So I got the M4 version of the MacBook Pro originally 2 weeks ago, and I made an unboxing video on this device as well. And I started editing my videos using this and using this device regularly every day, and it was really enjoyable to use. I must say it's very smooth, it's very fast, and even compared to my, well, especially compared to my Intel i7 HP laptop, it's really fast, and editing on this device was a joy. It was an absolute joy, I must say that. And everything about it was really smooth. It was just buttery smooth editing on the timeline in my editing software, and I loved the 120 hertz as well. I loved the screen. This screen is absolutely lovely. It goes up to 1000 nits, 1600 nits I think in peak brightness, and it's a really enjoyable device to use. And I think the actual size of the device is really good too. I think 14 inches is a really good size for a MacBook, and my desk over here isn't massive, so I think it takes up less space on my desk as well, which I really like about it. And I just feel like I recently got a display as well, so I'm connecting it up to a display. So if you're at home and you're mainly using your MacBook at your desk, but you still want the portability just in case you have to go maybe, in a different room in your house, or if you have to go traveling one day and you have to take it, just on the chance that you need that portability, it's good to have the 14 inch. It's also good to have a Mac Mini as well. Mac Mini is a good choice too if you're going to be just stuck at your desk all the time. But say if on the odd occasion you want to actually move around and use your MacBook, then the MacBook Pro in the 14 inch is a really good choice. So when I was editing with the M4, it was a really enjoyable experience, but also when I was exporting my video, I noticed the fans kicking up and they were really loud. And when I compare that with my i7 HP laptop, it's actually even louder than that. Just listen to these fans on this, guys, when I was exporting video on this. Did you hear that, guys? That was really loud. It's like an aircraft taking off on the runway. And it really surprised me that the fans were making such a loud noise. And it wasn't something which I was used to, obviously, with my HP laptop. It didn't make a fan noise as loud as that. Obviously, the fans did kick up when I was exporting video on that too, but not as loud as the MacBook Pro M4. So then I kind of looked into it, watched a few YouTube videos and things like that, and I noticed other people having the same experience as well, that the M4 fans were actually really loud. Anyway, I continued using it because I did actually still enjoy using the MacBook Pro, and it was still really smooth in terms of, on the timeline, moving things around, cutting things, trimming things, and I actually really enjoyed using and editing with it. But the fan noise did continue to annoy me, and I thought to myself, for a MacBook Pro, which is really expensive, I mean, I picked this up for 1599, and for something which is still quite expensive, a really expensive and premium device, why is it making that fan noise? And it doesn't really suit the actual how much I paid for it, if you see what I mean. I didn't expect that from it, and so I looked further into it and I looked at different options. I picked up a 16 inch as well, and I picked up a 14 inch in the M4 Pro eventually, because I liked having that size of the 14 inch. I may make another video comparing the 14 inch to the 16 inch, but we're not going to get into that one in this one, but we're comparing the M4 to the M4 Pro. I then eventually picked up the M4 Pro, and I've noticed with this one the fans are not nearly as loud as the M4. So they still kick up and they're still, fairly loud, but not as loud as the M4. Obviously having this much power in a small form factor as the 14 inch is, you're going to hear some fans. It's normal. There's a whole lot of power in these devices, and it's using a whole lot of power when exporting video. So that's normal and expected. It's what keeps your MacBook cool when you're using it for high intensity tasks. So that's normal. But the extent to which this was kicking up is was not concerning, but I just didn't like it. You know, paying this much for a device and having the fan so loud, I just didn't like it. So I picked up the M4 Pro eventually, and I feel like the fans on here are not as loud. There's two fans on this one, there's one fan on the M4, so the fans on the M4 Pro don't have to work as hard to actually cool down the device, whereas the one fan on the M4 has to work quite hard to actually cool down your device, and that's why it's louder. So just listen to this, guys. The M4 Pro isn't as loud as the M4, so just listen to this. So as you can tell, the M4 Pro is not as loud as the M4. The fans do kick up still, but they're not nearly as loud as the M4. And I feel like this is actually a really good deal. The M4 Pro is actually a really good deal at the moment. You can pick this up on sale. I think you can pick it up on Black Friday sale for close to 1,800. So I picked it up for 1,800 pounds here in the UK, and I got it on a good deal. So I feel like if you can pick the M4 Pro up on a good deal, it's definitely worth it. So for £200 more than the M4, I mean, this is on sale as well. So if you can find this on sale and this meets your needs, then, and if you're not concerned about the fan noise or anything like that, then this is a really good option too, because it's buttery smooth. It is a really good device. You're getting most of the features on here that you get on here too. You're getting, but however, you're getting Thunderbolt 4 instead of Thunderbolt 5, which you get on the M4 Pro. And you're getting a little bit more weight in the M4 Pro. I think it's like a pound more of weight compared to the M4, so that's nothing to worry about there. But in terms of in the future, if they bring out 8K screens and things like that, you're going to have more bandwidth with the M4 Pro. So you're just kind of future-proofing yourself a bit more when it comes to the M4 Pro. You're getting 12 cores of CPU and you're getting 16 cores of GPU when it comes to the M4 Pro, whereas you're getting 10 cores of CPU and 10 cores of GPU when it comes to the M4. So if you want to kind of future-proof yourself and you want to cover yourself when it comes to the future, then the M4 Pro is probably a good option. And if you can pick it up for only $200, what is it, $200? $200 more for the M4 Pro. And if you pick it up on sale, or even $400 more if you pick it up at full price, that's still worth it in my opinion. I think the M4 Pro is an excellent device, and I would recommend this over the M4. If you have any sort of needs, like editing needs, if you're doing photo editing, if you're doing video editing, I feel like this can handle it, but I think this can handle it just a bit better. You're getting 24 gigabytes of unified memory with this compared to 16 on here. 16 is still good, and I'm glad they bumped it up from last year. Last year, you could pick the M3 MacBook Pro up, and that would only have 8 gigabytes of unified memory, whereas now the base memory is 16 gigabytes on the M4, which is much needed, and Apple have done it to prepare us for Apple Intelligence, and so we don't really know what the future holds in terms of what you need on your devices. But 16 gigabytes is a good base memory, and that's still probably enough for most of your needs. But the M4 Pro has 24 gigabytes of unified memory, and this is going to cover you and be really good for you in the future. And actually, you're going to be comfortably able to use this for the future, for the next 5 to 6 years. And with AI, Apple Intelligence coming in, you're just a bit more secure, in my opinion, having the M4 Pro, and that extra power does come in handy, especially if you're using your device for more intense tasks. So this was just a quick comparison video between the M4 and the M4 Pro, just based on my everyday usage and things like that. I'm not going to go into the crazy technical details and things like that, because I feel like for the average user, you don't really need to know too much of the technical aspects, in my opinion. I'm giving it to you just how you need it, and these are just my thoughts on both of these devices. In my opinion, go for the M4 Pro if you can afford that extra $200 to $400. Go for the M4 Pro, and I think you'll be quite satisfied with this device, and I think it will last you for at least 5 to 6 years in my opinion. So guys, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop it a like and leave your comments down in the comment section below. I'd really be interested to know what you think about these devices as well. Have you picked up an M4 base model? Have you picked up an M4 Pro model? Have you picked up a Mac Mini as well? I'd really be interested to know what your thoughts are on things. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel, and I'd really appreciate that. Catch you in the next video guys. Take care. Bye.